One. All right, we are recording. 5 steps for healing from past relationships. And you've heard the saying, he who doesn't learn from the past is doomed to repeat it, right? And I want to add something to that. Those who don't heal from past relationships are doomed to repeat their failures. So, if you want to move forward into finding your ideal partner or the perfect partner for you, you're not going to get really far unless you've healed from some of those past relationships that might have given you, that might have been a little traumatic, or given you a bad taste in your mouth. So it's easier said than done, because our relationships are more emotionally charged than other aspects of our lives, aren't they? So sometimes we question our self-worth when our relationships fail, and we can fix this by healing from those relationships. So here are the 5 steps towards healing from those past relationships that are keeping you from finding your perfect partner. So step number 1 is to create the story of your relationship. Rarely are relationships completely bad and failed from the very beginning, okay, from start to finish. Write down the story of when you met your past partner, what it was like to date them, when you got married, if you did get married, the high spots, the low spots, when you started to see things going bad, and how it ended. Okay, it's good to go into some detail here. You want to include the most memorable and emotional moments that you can, because this is what's going to help you heal. Okay. The second step is to recognize the mistakes that you made. So write them down. And there's a reason I always have everybody write things down, because this helps to create neural pathways in your brain and cement the information. Okay. The failure of a relationship usually has to do with both partners, not just one or the other. So acknowledge your participation in the failure. Okay. And 99.9% of the time, like I said, it's not just one person who causes the relationship to fail. You had some responsibility there. So, what are the mistakes that you made? Recognize them, acknowledge them, and write them down. Okay. Even if you really don't feel sorry for making those mistakes and you really don't want to, write down write down an apology for it. What do I want to apologize for in this relationship? Okay. Step number 3, forgive the other person for the mistakes that they made. And again, I know the last thing that you want to do is to forgive them for all the wretched things they did to you over the course of that relationship. But if you don't forgive them, you're not going to be able to move forward. Write down all the things that you could offer forgiveness for, even if you don't really feel it. We're going to talk in coming weeks about faking it till you make it, how to fake it till you make it. And that's something that you really want to do here. Write down the things that you forgive them for, even if you don't feel it. Step number 4, okay, is to thank them for all the wonderful things that they did do that were wonderful. Relationships, again, are really very rarely bad from start to finish, okay? And most partners are not completely evil. Okay, most people have a good side and a bad side to them. Sometimes it's just a matter, relationships fail because it wasn't a good fit. So what are some of the wonderful things that they did do? Did you get flowers for your birthday? Did they take care of the kids while you had the flu? Maybe you got a foot rub after a hard day at work. Write down write down thanks for all the things that they did do that were wonderful for you. Okay. The 5th step is to close the book. So imagine the story of this relationship as having been written down in a book, and now the end has come and the book is closed. So you might want to shred the story that you've written down, all of these steps. You might want to shred them or burn them. Maybe you'll want to hold on to it for a while so you can go back and read the story again someday, or share it, with your kids when they're adults. Give the book a name. Okay. You might want to remember it as a tearjerker, as a comedy, or as a drama, but you've finished reading it and now you're going to close the book. So imagine closing the book in your mind. Okay. And these are just a few of the steps that you can take to heal from past relationships. If you'd like to discover 3 ways that you can heal, do some more healing, or 3 things that are still holding you back from having a healthy relationship. And the number one thing that you can do to move forward, you want to pick up what I call the perfect partner assessment. It's my gift to you. We'll talk about these things, what the 3 things are that you need to do to let go of, and the one thing that you can do to move forward. And you can get that by going to my website, www.thequietzonecoaching.com. On the services page, there's a link for you to get that perfect partner assessment. So I really encourage you to go and grab it so we could talk some more. Wonderful speaking to everybody. Have a wonderful, awesome, amazing day. And I'll be back later in the week. Take care.